to my channel, Mindset and Methods. And today I just want to talk about this not so new position that I've taken on. I've started a new position in my job. I work in a research center in a college where for many years I was a developer, a technical developer, an engineer. I was involved in developing prototypes, proof of concepts, software, hardware, in the Internet of Things space. And so I would have had some experience developing those for industry, for clients, for startups and SMEs, which is a fun career. But having done that for so long, I just wanted to try a new experience. So I took a chance in applying for a business development manager role, which I was able to get, which I'm super grateful for. And it's a completely different position. Not only was I interfacing with more people face to face, I didn't have to spend so much time in the lab developing stuff or spend all-nighters developing something that was due very soon. And so far I'm loving the experience. And starting a new job can be daunting, and so I'm no exception. One of the struggles I had at the beginning was I had no idea what to do. Well, I did have some idea, but no one gave me the exact blueprint on how to do my job. There was a vague job description, but I had no clue. Even my predecessor didn't give me much at all when he left, and so I had to figure it out for myself, and that took some time. But instead of just being stuck and be anxious and panicking, and so I took it upon myself to compile all the various activities, an SOP document if you like, SOP which stands for Standard Operating Procedure document, and just make observations. What makes a successful business development manager? What would that position entail? And so I had to do that. I had to learn all the existing frameworks, how the system worked, especially in the admin side of things, because a lot of the work that I am doing now is paperwork and contracts and making sure that the money's coming in, and a lot of pushing papers essentially. One of the things that I really enjoyed about my job is talking to people. I do love hearing their problems, especially when it's a technology problem or something they're trying to solve for. Because of my technical background, I'm able to speak both languages. I can bridge that gap. I can meet them where they are and possibly move them along further in their journey. And also, I can be honest with my clients and say, well, this is an interesting idea, but I really don't think that there is a market for this. And so I'm able to just have that conversation with each one, and each initial meeting with me, I'm able to just walk them through the process, how they could leverage funding, and there are fundings available for startups and small to medium enterprises. And being on this job, I also felt like an imposter. I felt like I had no business doing this job. I don't have a degree. All I have is a project management certification, which was enough to upskill me to work with clients, to understand the process. And I believe that those are sufficient skills to bring a company from where they are further along in their business journey. I really had to embody this new identity and tell myself that I do know what I'm talking about, and to speak it confidently. And the more I presented, whether that's on stage or one-on-one on clinics, I get more and more familiar with my message. I can present to them confidently. I can engage with them where they're at and honestly respond to them in a way that's beneficial to them, whether that's business advice or technical expertise. I have enough experience to share. And to further reinforce this new role, I even upgraded my wardrobe. I bought a new set of outfits that are semi-business casual, gelled my hair a bit more now, inspired by The Godfather. The other thing that this role has brought with it was leading teams within the organization. When I was a developer, I was able to work on my task in isolation. I had very little contact other than the immediate technical team, but now I have a greater scope, having to have greater visibility on all the expertise and resources and teams, and so I have to be able to engage with them. And now I'm able to match the client and technical in-house expertise. And I need to be able to bridge that gap for all the projects. And I'm only settling in this new job. I'm sure that there's so many things to learn yet, but I'm not shying away from the challenge. I have a mindset that I can learn it, and where there's a will, there is a way. To tell myself, and maybe to you, that change can be good. Certainly a change of environment, a change of approach, a change of outlook. These can be an environment for growth. And I think that if your environment stays the same, you also stay the same. But if you change your environment to just even remove yourself from one context to another, will cause you to adapt, which is a very good skill to have in life. And I hope you've learned something from this video. Even just me sharing a little bit of what I've learned so far. I have many things to learn. I have so many things to experience yet, but I can continue to just learn and pursue knowledge and become an expert. And an expert really is someone who just fails often and frequently. And the more I get familiar with the system, I get more familiar with the people, I can improve. Thank you for listening, and I will see you in the next one.
In about 20 minutes, okay?